Hello and welcome to another episode of People with Passion for Pets. Today, my guest on the show is Dov Punski. He is the co-creator of a new mobile app called the DogPack app. And with it, you can find dog parks throughout the world, whether or not you travel or maybe in your neighborhood. But you can do so much more than just find dog parks. So let's talk to Dov. Hi, Dov. Welcome to People with Passion for Pets.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We love traveling with our dogs, and finding dog parks in areas that you might not be familiar with is not always that easy. So just love the app. It's really beautiful. So it is a new mobile app. So it's available for download on both Android and iPhones.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, it's available worldwide. Three major countries we're progressing in is Canada, USA, and Australia. We have close to about 10,000 parks listed across those countries. We have basically official dog parks and unofficial dog parks.
You are actually kind of encouraging people to submit their dog parks, right? Because obviously this is a huge database, but it's kind of always nice to get the local input and find those little hidden places or those special ones.
Oh yeah. Like when we launched the app, with what we had found ourselves was about 4,500 parks. And now it grew to over 10,000, and that's all from suggestions from our users. So that's been super helpful. They get rewarded as well for each suggestion with in-app currency.
Yes, and that's another thing I wanted to touch on. So it's not just a database of finding a dog park, but this is kind of an interactive experience. And as you just mentioned, there are what are called treats, right? So
yes, exactly.
Talk a little bit about that feature.
A lot of times when dog owners bring their dogs to the dog park, they want their dogs to play with like-minded dogs or dogs that they've had previous good experiences with, or on the contrary, they don't want to run into dogs that they've had previous bad encounters with. So you're actually able to check into the dog parks within the app, and every dog has their own profile with what kind of breed, how big, what size. So users can actually see what dogs are at the park before you go. We actually sort of incentivize to use the checking in feature because there's all kinds of badges that you can receive. And when you receive those badges, you earn what we call treats, which is in-app currency. So just for an example, like if you have a 5-day streak going to the dog park, you'll earn X amount of treats. Or if you visit 3 different dog parks in a week, you'll earn another type of badge with X amount of treats. We're basically rewarding dog owners for being good dog owners at the end of the day. And with those treats, we have a whole store section. You can redeem them for all cool types of dog products and raffles and
Wonderful.
some discount codes. Yeah.
So as a dog owner, I would go to the app, I would create a profile for my pet or my pets. Does it allow for multiple pets?
It does, up to 10.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, great. And then because of, and I really love this feature because of my profile, I can also kind of see, is there other dogs that are compatible with my pet? Maybe people I've met before, or if I'm in areas, so Jim and I, we travel a lot, but it would be nice to see, are there a lot of large dogs, because we have a 10-pound Jack Russell Terrier that sometimes might get intimidated if there's, all these large breed dogs in the dog park. Right. So I can really see how wonderful this is to be able to be active on there and check in and have other people check in. Right. And then with the treat section, so what are some of the things that I can do with the rewards that I'm earning?
So what you could do with those rewards is you can use them in our store. Like I said, there's all kinds of discount codes you can get to really, really cool different kinds of dog companies. We have raffles going all the time. So like you can buy tickets to a raffle and then we do a draw and there's a grand prize. Last week we gave away like a $250 orthopedic dog bed. So that was a really cool prize. We've given away all kinds of subscription boxes. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can redeem on the store, and it's always updating. There's always new stuff on it.
Wonderful. That's really fun.
there's a whole social aspect to the app as well. There's a whole feed section. It looks like kind of like Instagram, where you can just post pictures and you can give a dog a like. Well, we call it a paw. You can give
Oh,
the
that's
pictures a
awesome.
paw, and you can share it and comment, and yeah, it's all, our whole feed is just filled with cute dog pictures, basically.
That's awesome. So yeah, so a very, very interactive app, and you certainly are encouraging people to contribute, to be there, and to use the app in all kinds of great ways. And so you mentioned to me earlier, prior to the interview, that you have some new features coming out, which I'm kind of excited about, because as I mentioned, we do travel a lot with our pets. So talk a little bit about that.
I mean, right now we have a really good map of all kinds of places where you can exercise your dog: parks, beaches, trails, etc. We're going to be releasing an update in the coming months, and it's going to have all dog groomers, dog trainers, walkers. It'll even have retail stores where you can go with your dog, or dog friendly cafes. Everything dog friendly, not just dog parks.
Well,
It's a
I'll be
lot.
your biggest contributor. That's my passion, is to find dog friendly restaurants. So
Oh, really? Cool.
yeah.
Like, we'll probably have like a base list of some that we find, and then we're gonna have to rely on locals to fill in some blanks for sure. Yeah.
Now, quick question for you: when you is it just when I'm submitting a place, whether or not it's a dog park or dog friendly restaurant or store, is it just that I'm just submitting the location, or are there also ways to review or add comments to those areas?
So initially, when you suggest a location, you're just putting in a name. You put where the pin is. You could also upload pictures along with it. And then once it's on the map, like we were discussing before, users have the ability to check into that location. So once they check in and then they check out, they're going to have the option to review the park, and they're also going to have the option to rate different amenities which the park offers, such as, you know, a double gate or a water fountain, or if it's wheelchair accessible. And there's a long list of different amenities that you can vote upon. Just yes or no. It'll give the user a good idea of what they're walking into, basically.
Great. Well, it's a wonderful app, and I'm excited for all of the update. You have a website. It's called the DogPackApp.com. And then, of course, if you go to the App Store, you just basically just look for DogPack or DogPack app, correct?
Exactly.
Of course, we got to hear the story. How did you come to build the app? What was the initial idea?
The initial idea was, well, I'm a dog walker. I always know where the good spots are to take the dogs, and every morning, like, I'd have like 5-6 people texting me, "Where are you going?" Because they know I'm going with a bunch of good dogs that I take, all playful. We're like, they want to come meet me to bring their dog, to get their dog to run, and they're always texting me every day. What time are you going to be here and here? What time are you going to be there? It's something's clicked that there's a demand for, like, basically dog owners wanting to meet up with other dog owners that their dogs get along with. So I thought this could be a cool alternative where you could kind of just be notified if someone in your pack is going to the park, and you'll just get a notification on your phone saying that Bear is heading to the park now. So
That's awesome.
that's what we did. And we've seen it benefiting a lot of dog park communities around the world.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Bear. Sounds like that's a pretty special dog with a lot of friends.
Yeah, she has a lot of friends. She's a 4-year-old Belgian Malinois. She was my first dog I ever got. She's just I mean, I feel like all dog owners say this, but she's just like perfect. There's not much else to say. You know, she's just a really good pal, you know.
But with the Malinois, obviously she needs a lot of exercise and mental stimulation.
Yeah.
And so
definitely.
It's great that you take her to the park and she has friends that she can play, because I'm assuming she's an only dog. So this is her opportunity to be social, correct?
Exactly. We go out for 2 really good runs every day with different dogs, and she obviously always tags along. She's very good at keeping the dogs together. If a dog runs off, and then, you know, she kind of lets them know. I don't know how they do it, but somehow they listen to her and they all follow her. She's kind of the pack leader. Yeah.
That's very cute. You know, I have an Australian Shepherd, And
Okay.
he's kind of like that, you know, because their personality is kind of like, okay, whoever's in my pack or my group right now, and I need to make sure that everybody stays together. And there's sort of a type A personality where it's like, okay, you here.
Exactly.
So that's very cute.
And if another dog, like a random dog, comes and says hello to us, she won't get aggressive or anything, but she'll kind of like get out of here. This is our crew, you know?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. And a new feature that we actually just started doing is it's lost and found dogs. Because unfortunately, I mean, the reality is that every day dogs get away from their owners. It happens. And so we actually, like I was saying, we have the ability to send notifications for businesses. The same thing, we have abilities to send lost dog notifications to people in that area. So we started doing that slowly. We've sent out a few notifications so far. And along with the new feature with the map, we're going to be releasing this lost and found feature where people have a place to post their lost and found dogs.
That is really cool. Yes. And, you know, we're authored a book called Keep Your Paws on the Road. And one of the number one things we talk about is that, you know, more dogs get lost during travel because, you know, if you're at home and your dog gets, you know, runs off, then more than likely he'll find his way back home because this is just his normal stomping ground. So they usually are able to find their way back. You know, a risk as you travel with your pet and you go to off-leash opportunities is that your dog doesn't necessarily know where to go to if he runs off or gets lost. And so I think that is just a great feature. And I can really see that a lot of people will, you know, have a lot of use for that, and it will hopefully reunite them with their lost pets. So I love that you're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we don't have to use it too much, right? It's never we're never happy to hear that there's a lost dog, but we're happy to help any way we could.
And I'm assuming when I'm doing the profile with my pet that there's a way to upload a picture so that people can have a visual of what that dog looks like.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is that for businesses, obviously, a lot of the people that listen to a podcast are business owners in the pet space. You also offer for them some opportunities. Is that correct?
We're just sort of testing the waters with that right now. It's kind of a new feature we started, and because right now we have just around 50,000 users on the app, and we're only about 10 months old, so it's grown substantially. And you want to get the word out about your business, we could actually send notifications to people in that specific area about the dog services that you offer, and you know that it's going out to good leads because everyone on our app is a dog owner. I think it's a good solution for advertising. And like I said, we're testing the waters with it now. We haven't gotten too much into like a revenue stream yet. We're more just sort of trying to build our user base, keep a good experience for the dog owners. But slowly we're going to start trying different things out. Yeah,
that's great. Well, it's such a great app, and definitely something and a lot more than just a resource to find a dog park. It's an interactive app that you can make friends and stay in contact with the friends you've already made and make new friends as you travel with your pets. So I just absolutely love it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed today's episode of People with Passion for Pets, then I'm sure you'd also love the rest of our season 2 guests. So go ahead and check out the playlist right over here. And until next time, keep your paws on the road.